Hey guys, it's Lazarus. Today I'm gonna talk about Radunga and these guys, what are their names? Rivaul, Ienista and Xavii. Let's start talking about Radunga first. Excuse me if my voice is kinda off. I have a temperature today, I didn't went to work, so I usually I do this while streaming, but today I'm gonna do a video because I'm not sure how well my voice is gonna hold up while talking for a long periods of time. So before I start, don't forget to press the like button, subscribe and all that good stuff. So first, Radunga. Radunga comes with team skill that gives every club player 20% and full body stand as a passive, so the higher his stamina is, the higher the force of special skills will be to the maximum of 50%. That is one of the best passives ever because it really works good and stacks on top of the stats in the game. So the more bonds, the more team skills you have, the more stacking up goes on top of that with that full body stand, so it's terrific. Special skills are Fierce Warrior Tackle with 455, Speedy Cover Intercept with 440, and he's not best block, high power block with 450. He has one better, that's Determined Face block on the Dreamfest version. Hidden skills are Bond with 4 or more club players that gives everyone 2%. He's a debuffer, so with the same stuff he debuffs your opponent by 4%. He debuffs all club players by additional 1.5%, which is ridiculous. Stamina costs down, so he will require 25% less stamina when using a special skill, which goes perfect with full body stand, so you know, ridiculous. And special skill block, so he will block 2 special skill of your matchup opponent 60% of the time, which is awesome because not many characters have actually 2/1/2 skills, so this is nice. When we look at his stats, while rare, you know, while raw, first, like every full body stand character, we like to talk how he looks at the start of the game, because you know that's when his passive is fully active. So he's a good dribbler and a good passer, even at 65 and 58. I mean, that's terrific. 69.6 for 1-2, which is awesome. Of course, I wouldn't advise to use this guy as a passer, dribbler, you know, stuff like that. So only if you are in a pickle, he can do the job. But he's a complete bully in tackle at 87, he's a great blocker at 79, and he's a great interceptor at 78.8. So looks absolutely ridiculous, and this is just over the top, too much, you know, but you know, we take it. 87 is absolutely ridiculous. If we do lower his stamina to half, he is still whatever, good passer, good 1-2, excellent tackler at 72.9, and still a respectable interceptor at 65.7, and let's get good blocker at 65.8. While he is drained, he doesn't look you know, so dangerous, but this guy will not be drained so fast. He has 1220 stamina, which is absolutely ridiculous. He has full body stand, he has stamina cost down, so this is one of the best defenders in the game. Absolutely ridiculous. You can use him in the middle, you can use him on the sides. I would use him on the sides because as a full body stand character, people will try to exploit his, you know, relatively lower stats without momentums and simply just passing over him. So you can use him in a 4 defender line as in a pair with somebody who has auto intercept, and you can use him on the side just completely bullying everyone with tackle, and you know, just go with intercepts here and there, because you know, sometimes you just you know, a better option to go with interception. Obviously it depends on what your opponent has kind of options open, so I'm gonna leave you to that. You can watch some PvP from me if you want to learn something, you know. So yeah, let's talk about Rivaul next. I mean, I love this Radunga. He's terrific, he's awesome, he's ridiculous. Let's talk about Rivaul. This is a next dream banner So Rivaul comes with a team skill, gives everyone 23% if you use 5 or more toughness type club players, and he's a penalty area master, so his stats rise by 20% when he's inside the penalty area. Special skills are cross, hawk, shoot with 540 momentum, which is his strongest shoot. He does it with Tsubasa. Rivaul turn 450, new golden duo with 340, and super speed submarine defense, that's A ranked with 325, and new golden duo is A ranked. So hidden skills are bond with 2 or more next dream players, that gives everyone 2%. Additional bond with the same players that debuffs your opponent by 4%, which is not a lot, I must say. 2 and 6, I mean, we saw better. Special skill block, so he will block 1 tackle special skill off your matchup opponent 70% of the time. A lot of defenders have 2 tackles, so that's, you know, 70% of the time he'll block 1. That will not be like that will not matter so much against let's say attacking midfielders and stuff like that. Yeah, it will matter, of course, because he can go over them pretty easily. They're 70% of the time. Dribble range and hands, so when he says a successful dribble, he will cover 3 times more distance, and he supports. He has a support from Tsubasa, so teammate Tsubasa appears at a 60% rate to support you on a solo defensive matchup, which basically you know, means even though this guy is not like defensively ridiculous, with Tsubasa in a team he's just ridiculous. So when we look at his stats raw, so out of the penalty area, he's a good dribbler, good passer, and a good shooter, but you know, it will even lower the momentum once it goes towards once it reaches the goalkeeper. And we have a good 1-2 at 64. Nothing special though, so that skill block will give him, you know, some chance going over some not defenders though, because you know, with these numbers, if he is matched up out of the box, there's not a lot of matchups he can actually win, because if you look at these defenders, you know, he will just be killed by probably every agility type defender, because we have a lot of agility type great defenders, one of which is Radunga, and Radunga will just kick these guys' ass. Radunga would absolutely murder this guy, so whatever. But in the box, he has a great nuking shot at 92.6 with Tsubasa. So 81 is overhead, that is not even close to 92.7, so you want to trap that ball. He still doesn't have a volley, so I don't know what is up with that club, you know what's up. Good dribble in the box with, excellent dribble in the box with 75, 72 pass in the box, which is great, 77, 1-2, which is an NRS. New golden duo is 475, I believe, so that still looks awesome. And in the box, you will rarely ever use this, so whatever. Defensively, he is whatever, you know, his tackle is better, which is absolutely a lot better, because when Tsubasa is behind him, you want to go with tackle and intercept with Tsubasa, and that's it. Right now, this, you know, it's great, like, one debuff Tsubasa, that next dream Tsubasa, was that next dream or whatever. That's a good Tsubasa, you know. That other Tsubasa that was released later, that red Tsubasa, the buffer, not the buffer. You know, if he is in the middle area, yes, that's gonna be great. But most of the time, if you use this guy as a forward, and you wanna use this guy as a forward because he's good in the box, so obviously, you know, he will do much more damage as a forward than as you know, attacking midfielder. Because of the support from Tsubasa, he is a terrifying forward with excellent defensive capabilities, you know. So this guy needs to be like boundary broken all over the place, because he can do it all, right? You can basically, if you wanna, ignore intercept, because 60% of the time he will have Tsubasa behind him. So if you wanna boundary break him on something, and if you know, I would go with tackle and speed to 25 because that's gonna give Tsubasa much more chance. That's gonna give this guy an excellent defensive value. What sucks about this guy is what I said. If he's matched up with a defender out of the box, he's gonna be absolutely killed. This is not gonna be enough. You know, a lot of defenders, as I said, have skill block cancel. Even you know, even if they don't, they just have 2 tackles, 2 intercepts, whatever. So it's not gonna matter so much. Basically, if you see a skill type defender, if you if you guess the right thing, I guess you will not be bullied so often, but still there's some skill type defender beasts that can still bully this guy. So, you know, he doesn't have skill block cancel, so that's another thing that he doesn't have. I mean, he's good. He's good. He's good. If he had a volley, because he's good on low balls, right? Is he good on low balls? Is he good on low balls? No, he's not. I'm an idiot. Okay, so whatever. This guy is good. He's not like overpowering special because as a debuffer, I would take you know, Schneider, the Gacha Schneider. He is in my opinion much more consistent than this guy, because Schneider, debuff Schneider, Gacha debuff Schneider reaches this power of a shoot all the time. So he doesn't need to be in the box, he doesn't need to be nothing, he even has like you know, a good overhand and a good volley, unlike Rivaul, who, you know, if he had some like great like double overhead with Tsubasa or some shit that basically close to this, I would say that's great, pass to him the ball in the box and that's it. But you need to trap the ball in the box to be you know, but whatever. As I said, if you need a toughness type forward that is the buffer, I would use that Schneider because he's just absolutely terrifying. You obviously have another option of a toughness type forward. You know, everyone knows him. It's Natureza, it's debuff Natureza, so he's still better option than this because he's a full body stand character with stamina cost down. So, you know, that's just totally OP. So if you gotta go, he has 2 players that are basically, in my opinion, better to use than him. You know, so yeah. Still not bad though, not bad. He can be in a debuff team, in a huge debuff team against a team that doesn't have shields. He will be absolutely ridiculous wherever on the field, even out of the box. So, but today everyone like has, you know, at least 15%, like 10 to 15% shield when you start the game. So, you know, it's situational. As I say, I think that Natureza and Schneider, Gacha Schneider, are better alternatives to him, but he still gives a lot of value with that support from Tsubasa. And if you have a Tsubasa that's not a mid-area master, yeah, you know, if we get God Basa and some crazy Tsubasa, this guy stock will go through the roof. Right now, not so much, but he still is good, you know. Let's talk about Ienista. Ienista comes with a team skill that gives everyone 23% if you use 5 or more agility type club players. And attacking midfielder and defensive midfielder killer, so his stats rise by 30% against those. Special skills are Flash Step with 465, Agile Sliding Tackle with 425, a Perfect Cross with 415. Come on, that's Iniesta. How can Iniesta have that pass? Come on, man. Vivid Intercept with, you know, 320, that's A ranked. Hidden skills are Bond with 2 or more agility type club players that gives everyone 3.5%. Stat Handicap Resistance with 3.5 shield, that's great. Stamina Killer, so he requires your opponent to do 30% more stamina when using a special skill, which is absolutely ridiculous. Special skill blocks, so he'll block 1 pass special skill of your matchup opponent 70% of the time, and he has skill block cancel, so he'll cancel up to 2 special skill blocks used against him, which is excellent. So against forwards and defenders, he is, you know, don't do it, don't go there. because the likes of today's forwards that can defend, like unlike someone said, Hyuga, the skill type Hyuga is he, uh, he will fuck him up. If he gets the right thing, even he will bully him if you are bunch broken there. So you can use this guy against defensive midfielders and attacking midfielders. Only I used Rafael, who had the same passive, so that's not a problem. But being that defensive and attacking midfielder killer, I would use him more as a defensive midfielder or a side AM in a 4 AM line, because in that way he will not be matched up with a lot of defenders. Against attacking midfielders and defensive midfielders, he is one of the best dribbler at 81.8. He is a good passer at 68. So that's nothing like over the top special, because he didn't have a good special skill. When he gets a better special skill in pass, that's gonna be awesome. So he's pretty much can bully any toughness type opponent he has, defensive midfielder or attacking midfielder. He's just so overpowering there. And defensively he looks good there too, with 69.8 and 66. That's nothing like over the top special when you actually see some of the guys that actually go over that numbers, but still it is not the number to be taken like lightly. He is good. And obviously, as a guy who is enabler, I like the likes of Klinsmann and Gaethje way too much than this guy, because he blocks one pass of your special skill opponent, but 70% of the time. But that's as I said, a lot of people have two passes 1-2 or pass and 1-2, so that's not gonna help him a lot of the time. There will be instances, of course, when you will give lesser options to your opponent, but still, if that's forward, he's gonna suck. If that's he's just gonna be an easy target for a forward. So probably the best option for him would be side AM in a 4 AM line, if you ask me, because that way you can manipulate the best who can you be matched up with. I mean, he's good. He's good. As a shielder, he gives not a lot, but not a little too. C3, 3.5 and 3.5, that's 7, that's nice. That's more than Rivaul actually gives in his team, so you can use this guy as a starter on the bench. I see better play organizers than this guy. As I say, I would prefer Klinsmann or Gaethje, or the skill blockers that block defensive skills sometimes, not only block one pass special skill and stuff like that. So if you ask me, Klinsmann and Gaethje are miles ahead of this guy, just because they can be used as a dummies. You just match up 80% of the time or 70% of the time. In Gaethje's case, you will have an easy job passing over. And even that, they have inside masters, so you have a lot chance to actually go over them. If 50-50, it's basically done. So not bad. Not groundbreaking, but good player. Let's talk about Chubby. Chubby comes with a team skill that gives 23% to if you use 5 or more skill type club players. He's a mid area master, so his stats rise 30% when he's in the middle area. Special skills are lure feed with 455, vivid intercept with 450. Sharp ceaseless stepping with 450, that's a dribble, and A ranked agile sliding tackle with 305. Hidden skills are bond with 2 or more skill type club players that gives around 4.5% auto intercept and hands, so 70% of the time his special skill auto intercept will activate, making it easier to intercept passes in the mid area, maybe on special skill passes. Full power gauge up, which is absolutely one of the most broken passives. So if you win at a matchup, your full power gauge will rise 15%. You all saw how full power gauge is you know, important here, and we all remember what Rivaul did to the meta when he was released. He was used way over when he was actually good, just because of that full power gauge up. Right now you have Glisman, as I said, as a full power gauge upper, so you know, the choice is yours. Special skill blocks will block one special skill of your matchup opponent 80% of the time, which is nice. Direct hotline, so every forward and attacking midfielder will get 5% to stats when selecting the next command after receiving a pass from Chubby. That's a Chubby with 2 eyes. Do not confuse this guy with Chubby with 1 eye, you know, because this guy has 2 eyes, and the other one has 1. Yeah. Okay. So in the, you know, out of the middle area, he is whatever. I mean, good passer. He will have troubles out of the middle area defensively and offensively. Of course, special skill block 80% of the time will help him out of those situations, you know. So maybe forward that has only 1 defensive special skill is gonna be the target of him if he's out of the middle area. In the middle area, he looks really nice with 70.7 dribble and 81.2 pass, which is one of the best passers in the game. Defensively, he looks nice too at 62.6 and 67.8. That's nothing though, you know, groundbreaking still, because, you know, we saw better guys. Special skill block, of course, will help him a lot there. So yeah, middle area masters are, you know, not loved in this game, especially because they are easily pushed out of that middle area. So if you actually want to match up with this guy, you can manipulate his movements and just drag him out of the middle area, like you do with the red Tsubasa, the buffer that just got released, that penalty area master and middle area master. So in the mid area, he will be a menace, you know, not defensively so much as offensively. You know, 5% to every forward and attacking midfielder is absolutely beautiful. Full power gauge up is absolutely beautiful. 70% inside master, that gives him a lot of value, because 70% of the time he will not leave those regular passes over him, even if he is out of the middle area. One thing that I wanted to say a lot, like mid area masters, like have one thing that basically pushes them in the meta, you know, because mid area master is not the best, but there's passives that you can actually, you know, that you need more than the downsides of mid area master, you know what I mean. So auto intercept enhance is great, full power gauge up is awesome, direct hotline from Xavii is awesome, special skill block great, he's a buffer, he looks good. I mean, if you are watching like by a total of what some character gives to the team, there is a you know, argument you can use that this guy is the best of the banner, but yeah, he's good. He's good as auto interceptor, as a full power gauge up, as special skill blocker, and direct hotline, and that gives him a lot of value. Of course, not to be, you know, you're not gonna be wrong if you get Ienista, or, but you know, Ienista, like none of these guys actually, you know, for me, give like groundbreaking stuff that we didn't see before. So if you need a game organizer, dummy game organizer, I mean, for me, better option is always Xavii or Glisman, because they block intercepts and you can just totally keep the ball up until eternity with those guys. It's just ridiculous. While these guys will not give you that defensive capabilities of those two guys, they still have their value, of course, and you know, he's good. He's good. For me, they're good. Nothing special, but good. Radunga though is a complete and utter ridiculous guy. You know, his numbers are even out of the. You know, he is one of those guys that can be used in a high bond team and in a debuff team equally, because he will give a lot of value in both teams. You know, if you combine him with some additional debuffers with 5, 4 and stuff like that, and a dedicated debuffer like he debuffs club players especially additionally, so you know, he obviously gives a lot of value, like you saw Natureza debuffer used in bond teams, because he's just so good, and this guy gives you the same thing. So you can build today like great mix meta teams with debuff and bond, and basically if your opponent is a shielder, you just in the second half you just go full bond, or in the second half, if you see that your opponent doesn't have a lot of shields, you can go and put even more debuffers. So this is a nice team that I will showcase sometimes, because it really gives you a lot of option, and it is attacking oriented to the case, because I like attacking oriented builds. I don't like to defend much, I mean I like to defend, but attacking oriented, I mean shield is a defensive oriented team, you know. Why? Because it basically you are thinking in forward what your opponent will have. While you're a debuffer or a high bonder, you don't give a fuck what your opponent has. You know, if you have let's say, by the way, by a high bonder I mean a team that has some kind of shields to at least 10 to 15%. That kind of easy to achieve today. So I mean, you know, for me, Radunga is the best what this week we got in Tsubasa Dream Team. But you know, after everything is said and done, the game actually has to work for you to enjoy these players. So you know, club, you suck. You didn't say nothing when you know your game is actually not working. So you know, it doesn't give a lot of guys incentive to actually play your game. So, and by ignoring the community and 1,000,000 comments and feedback you already received on Discord, you just show how less you care, how little you care about your community. So you know, club sucks. Don't pull for these guys, because you cannot play the game. If you could play the game, you know, sure, but you cannot play the game, so suck it, club. And guys, good luck if you want to pull. If not, whatever, because as I said, you cannot even play the game right now, you know, without crashes and stuff like that. So take care. Don't forget to press the like button if I helped you. If I didn't, fuck it. And you know, that's about it. Subscribe, all that good stuff. See you tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm gonna stream Weekend League, FIFA, and some Tsubasa Dream Team if the game will work. So see you guys. Bye bye.